David, what is Phil Jackson accomplishing by sending a tweet like the one about Carmelo Anthony?
If you know what it is that he's accomplishing, I wish you'd tell me. I don't see a whole lot of positives coming out of that exchange. Phil is just kind of, set in his ways. He does things, as you mentioned, through the media to try and get messages to players. But it just isn't working. This is just a different guy than Michael or Carmelo or Kobe or Shaq. Those guys, I think we're on a different kind of wavelength than Carmelo is. I don't think Carmelo is a bad person or a bad player. I don't think he doesn't want to win. I just don't know that he has the skill sets that some of the other guys mentioned had that can lead to winning. So to constantly denigrate him, I don't think really achieves any purpose. But, Phil's kind of old school, and this is how he operates.
David, Matt Stryker here. In the tweet, Phil Jackson alluded to not being able to reach or change Michael Graham during his time in the CBA. Is this Phil Jackson's ego, or is it Phil Jackson's passion to win?
Oh, it's probably a little of both. I think Phil genuinely believes this is the best way to get to people. I don't know that Phil has ever had a strong, real personal relationship with many of his players. It's just not how he's ever been wired. I mean, even when he was in Cleveland, in Chicago, his relationships with Jordan were, they were fine, but they didn't go out to dinner together or anything like that. They didn't spend a whole lot of time off the floor together. And so Phil has never been one to really be close to any of his players. He's got maybe Judd Bushler, a couple other guys, but for the most part, he keeps an arm's distance. I think he feels like that's the proper relationship between a coach and a player. And his success, I'm sure, feeds the ego part that you mentioned, and it should. He's got 11 championships. I know why he believes this is the right way, because he's had success doing it at the highest level this way. I just don't know that this time, and especially not being on the bench coaching, I don't know how Phil's message really resonates with anybody right now.